Yo, what's going on, guys? Frankietrades bringing you another new video. This time around, it's going to be another new weekly watch list. You guys know I love doing these videos for you guys. You guys get to see what kind of setups I like and kind of get a little deep mindset on how and why I like these kinds of setups. So if you guys want to see a whole charting video, hit the thumbs up like button. If this video gets around, let's do 30 likes. If this video can get 30 likes, I will do a charting video for you guys. So, and go a little bit more in depth on what I do to kind of get these levels that I'm looking at. So you guys can scalp like me. So make sure to run those likes up, and yeah, let's get started. So first things first is, you guys know I like to go to my indexes. So first thing that I saw on ES is if you go to the 1 hour, you can see we actually have a 1 hour uptrend that we have rejected off 1, 2, 3 times now. Granted, we are closer to the upside, and that's what kind of where the sentiment is lying at right now. But towards the downside, I am looking around this trend line break and around the 44.20 area. So that's the only thing I'm watching on the downside with ES. With that being said, though, I am more focused to the upside. I'm looking at 4,500, 45.20, and then 45.40. So that is ES. Next up, we can go ahead and look at NQ, which is the NASDAQ, which is where most of the stocks I like to trade are in. So NQ, same thing with ES is that I saw is that we have a similar uptrend on the bottom side. And you can see we rejected off of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th time where we actually touched it again, we actually broke through and closed under it. Granted, the market is closed tomorrow, so we won't know how this really is moving until pre-market on Tuesday, and kind of get an idea on how the whole market index is moving overall with NQ and ES. But something to be keeping an eye on. On the downside, I am watching this 15,300 area and below. To the upside, I am watching 15,500 and then 15,700 as my two big areas to watch on NQ if we want to see some continuous upside movement. So that's pretty much NQ and ES. We can go ahead and dive into the stocks that I am most looking forward to. So AMD, I will show you guys on the daily chart. We do have a $5 gap here. I am a fan of these gaps. We actually also have a flat bottom at 116 on the daily, at least. If you go to the 1 hour though, which is where I like this the most on, you could see that we actually broke that 116 flat bottom and made a low at 115.50 roughly. So with that being said, AMD has kind of been picking up some weakness, kind of a little bit ahead of the market, with the market falling off a little bit. So first level I'll be watching on AMD is 116, and then after that I'll be watching 115.50, and then after that is 115, and this will be the start of the gap. So that is what I like on AMD. Next up is Netflix. So kind of the same story on AMD is, if you go on the daily chart, you can see we have two gaps here actually. We have around a $4 gap underneath, from right underneath 430, from 428.40 all the way down to 424.70. Those are the exact numbers. And then we have another one from 414.76 down to 409.54. So we have two gaps on the daily to look forward to on this. The thing is with Netflix, it is a tricky stock to play. So I'm not really too sure on a good and safe area on this. I have to see how this opens up on Tuesday or kind of develops throughout the week. But I do have two setups planned for this trade. I am either watching 430 to the downside into this 428 area that has a gap here, or I'll be looking at the upside at 448.65 into 450. Netflix is one of those stocks where it can pick up some crazy momentum to either side, so it's just something to be wary of and keep an eye out for. So that is Netflix. Next up, and last on my main watch list, it's a pretty short watch list today, is Tesla. So this is why we chart out our indexes. This is a prime example right here of Tesla having a similar uptrend actually from the bottom side on the 1 hour. I like this most on the 4 hour. This is what I charted it on, but if you go and look at a little bit closer, you can see what I am looking at. First level that I'm looking at on Tesla will be this double top that we made on Friday at 263.50. The next area after that is 265. This had some crazy strength on Friday. Friday has I think it has a high percent short float right now. I'm not sure what the exact number is, but usually Tesla doesn't care what that does. Tesla is its own beast of a stock, believe it or not. So those are the first two levels I'm watching to the upside. To the downside, I'm not really too sure yet. Even with this uptrend being there, there's not really a clean or clear level for me to trade this at. But for the upside, I am looking at 263.50 for the double top, and then that 265 high we made on Wednesday pre-market. So yeah. And then last but not least, for my main watch list, which you guys know I like to talk about these, is BA. kind of just a big quick summary on these. BA, all I'm watching is that double top at 224. It's obviously not exactly at 224, but around this 223, 90, 80 areas where I'll be watching BA. So last but not least is Google. Actually, I usually hate Google on these. I usually just hate Google in general. The stock moves really weird. Contracts aren't the best on it. But it does have a good setup. It does follow my criteria of following a good setup and looking at it and watching it. So with Google, I will be watching this 4-hour uptrend that we created. Obviously not as steep as the one we have on NQ and ES, but it is still a trend line that it has, and it's been following, not to a T, but you know, it's been touching it. We have one, I would count that as a test, 2, 3, 4, 5 tests on it so far, and we haven't actually broken down on it yet. It is a little behind on the market sentiment, obviously with NQ falling. It still fell, but not a significant amount for it still being weak and not making new highs, along with the other stocks that we have in our watch list. So first level I'll be watching on Google is 122. After that, I'll be watching that into the low we made at 122, 121.20, and then after that 121. So this trade has room. It looks good, but again, it's Google. It's not one of my favorite stocks. It's not one of the best stocks to trade while scalping. So just kind of an honorable mention for those kinds of setups. So, but yeah, with that being said, guys, it is a 4-day a week. Monday is off tomorrow. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the watch list. Like I said, if this gets to 30 likes, I will do a how to chart or how I chart video, so you guys can get an in-depth video on how I do it myself. So run this video up. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell notification for the YouTube channel so you guys get the most recent notifications on whatever I put out for this channel. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and peace.